What the bloody hell is she playing at?
Do you want to win any of these items on your screen? If so, be sure to watch the whole video, leave a like, and comment the hidden message. And with that being said, let's get right into the video.
From supporting players to the title characters, and how they got away with it all. Join me as I reveal to you celebrities who were forced to hide their pregnancies on set. Number 7. Courtney Cox and Lisa Kudrow in Friends. As you'll see later on, sitcoms and shows of that nature aren't the best ones to have sudden pregnancies. And hilariously enough, both Courtney Cox and Lisa Kudrow became pregnant during their run on Friends. But just as funny was how each of them was handled. For Courtney Cox, the timing literally could not have been worse. Not for her personally, of course, she was fine.
Fun! God, I love how sexy I am.
But her character, Monica, had just gone through a heart-wrenching episode where she found out that she was infertile. And thus, she couldn't openly go and be pregnant all of a sudden, right?
7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7.
So they hit her with big clothes, positioning with props, and more. As for Lisa Kudrow, when she became with child, they were able to do a bit of a twist and change up a storyline. Instead of herself being pregnant, which would have clashed with certain storylines, they had her becoming a surrogate for her brother. This was a shift, but one that worked out best for everyone because it became an iconic Friends storyline. Number 6. Kerry Washington in Scandal. If you really think about it, depending on the film or TV series you're on, it can be easy to hide a baby bump. But for Kerry Washington on the former ABC hit show Scandal, that wasn't an option. She was the main character, and thus needed to be in as many scenes as possible. And as Kerry Washington noted, it's not just the physical changes, but the mental ones that was weighing on her as she tried to keep going with her role.
I think that you have promise because I'm Olivia Pope, and I'd like to run your campaign free of charge.
I was going through this amazing physical transition, this physical journey of having a baby that my character was not going through, she revealed to The Hollywood Reporter. That meant I had to figure out how to be this woman while my instrument was changing and evolving every day. The other irony of this particular baby situation was that it happened twice for Kerry Washington while she was on the show. The first one happened in 2014, and the second time was in 2016. To be clear, she put her family first, and the show second, which shows her personal character, but she was still committed to the show. And thus, just like Masterson in The Walking Dead, they used sleight of hand with big purses, boxes, and more to hide her bigger body when the time came to act. It would have been a bigger scandal if they didn't do it, am I right? Number 5. Elena Masterson, The Walking Dead.
He saved his life.
He saved mine.
That's how it works with us, right?
Right.
The last decade has brought for many great adaptations of comic book series and novels, and one of the ones that has had the biggest impact by far is the legendary Image comic story known as The Walking Dead. The series, which is on season 10 right now, has been a big hit for AMC, and has even had lots of spin-offs made of it over the years, including a third series being released in 2020. Another big thing about the show is the cast grows and shrinks due to deaths in the series. But by extension, since actors and actresses sometimes stay on the show for the long haul, pregnancies happen. Such is what happened with Elena Masterson, who played Tara on the show for some time until her death in season 10 at the hand of the Whisperers. During that time, she was pregnant. Very pregnant, in fact. She kept acting on the show even when she was 9 months pregnant. That's hard to conceal, but they did it with sleight of hand and clever filming. What they would do is when she was on camera, she would be put behind objects that allowed to hide the baby bump. And in earlier points, she would just wear baggy clothes, which wasn't easy apparently. It's 100 degrees in Georgia and I'm wearing a hoodie, she shared on an episode of Talking Dead. But despite it all, she loved working on the show and was grateful that her role wasn't altered too much because of her pregnancy. I'm so fortunate to have a job where I can also have a family, she continued. It's pretty amazing. Number 4. Halle Berry, XMen Days of Future Past. You're going to see a lot of legendary heroines on this list, and this particular entry is a bit ironic. You see, in the original X-Men trilogy that happened in the 2000s, Halle Berry played Aurora Monroe, aka Storm, and she played that role very well. But after some films, the series rebooted via the First Class timeline. X-Men First Class took things back to the beginning days of the X-Men, but in the second film of that 4-part series, that ended with 2019's Dark Phoenix, they decided to bring back much of the original cast for Days of Future Past. Including Barry as Storm. What's more, she had to not just be in a few scenes, but do fight choreography, which was a problem because she was 3 months pregnant at the time. This caused a unique problem because she was in the X-Men attire for much of her scenes, and so to get everything done before she had her baby bump, they needed to shoot her scenes with the others in record time. I had to shoot really fast. I shot for about 2 weeks, she continued. That was as much as I could do before I was just like busting out of the suit. Thankfully for her, and for us fans, it worked, and Days of Future Past stands as one of the best X-Men films ever, and it was due in part to the return of Barry and the other originals. Number 3, Gal Gadot, Wonder Woman. Call us biased. No, seriously, we're biased here. But when it comes to the Wonder Woman movies, we can't help but love it, and its star, Gal Gadot. Regardless of what you think of the DC Comics movies universe as a whole, just about everyone can agree that Wonder Woman, as played by Gal, is one of the best things they ever did. Her performance in Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice was simple, yet impactful, and then her solo movie really helped redefine what a superhero blockbuster can be. Which is ironic, because before she got cast as Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot was seriously considering quitting acting. Lucky for us, Zack Snyder gave her a call. Anyway, Wonder Woman was a mega hit, and its sequel, Wonder Woman 1984, is easily the most anticipated movie of 2020 so far. But what fans may not know is that Gal was indeed pregnant during her filming of the superhero movie. Specifically, she was about 5 months pregnant in sections, including some of the now legendary fight scenes. How did they fix this without making it look corny?
What she is, or how she came to be.
They put a green screen cloth around part of her outfit for those scenes so that they could fix it in post-production. On close-up, I looked very much like Wonder Woman, Gal noted. On other shots, I looked very funny, like Wonder Woman pregnant with Kermit the Frog. Considering most never noticed the special effects fix, that's pretty impressive. And again, the movie was awesome. And it should be noted that her sequel didn't have this, issue that we're aware of. Number 2, Julia Louis-Dreyfus in Seinfeld. This particular instance of a pregnancy hiding was both hilarious and shocking in its bluntness. Seinfeld is hailed as one of the greatest shows and sitcoms in history. The show about nothing, worked for many years, and it's still in syndication to this day.
You're rejecting somebody because they're bald.
So?
You're bald!
Julia Louis-Dreyfus was a big part of that cast as Lorraine, but like everyone else on this list, she got pregnant during one of the seasons. What ranks her so high in this list was that when the cast found out about this, they tried to make it feel like a natural part of the show. When Julia and Jerry Seinfeld did a reunion of sorts on Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee, she revealed to the world his idea for playing this off naturally.
Okay, she's insane. She thinks I made her sick because I coughed on her doorknob, rubbed her stapler in my armpit, and put her keyboard on my butt.
Do you remember when I was about 5 months pregnant with my youngest, big as a house, and you came up to me and you said, "Hey, I have a great idea. How about we write this in the season that Elaine just gets fat?" Now, at the time, Louis-Dreyfus didn't like that at all, and the idea was shot down in lieu of the usual hiding behind big objects and using big clothes. But now, Louis-Dreyfus admits that they honestly should have done that, as it would have been funnier. "It was a great idea. We should have done it," she noted. Oh well. Number 1, Scarlett Johansson. Lover or hater, Scarlett Johansson is one of the biggest women in Hollywood right now. She's acted in both heavy action films like Lucy and Ghost in the Shell, and has done more character-driven pieces like Her, Marriage Story, and more. But the role that many associate her without a doubt is her time as Black Widow in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Hey fellas, either one of you know where the Smithsonian is? I'm here to pick up a fossil.
It's hilarious.
She's been in the MCU ever since Iron Man 2, and now in 2020, she's finally getting her own solo movie, set before the death of her character in Endgame. Oop, spoilers! Anyway, there were many changes in doing that role over the many years of the universe, but one of the hardest ones came with the movie Age of Ultron, where she was pregnant. Now, unlike Kerry, Elena, or Halle, Widow's role is very physical, and so with her growing baby bump, she honestly couldn't do some of her scenes. And when that happened, they needed to hire 3 body doubles to do her stunts. and then they would graft the face of Johansson onto them to make it feel like it was her.
Did I step on your moment?
My stunt double, Heidi Moneymaker, and that's her real name, is really incredible, and this time took a lot of punches for me. Literally, she said in an interview. This is like our 4th or 5th movie together, so we kind of have a seamless thing between us. Well, there technically is more than one Black Widow in the comics, so why not in the movies? So what do you think? What do you think of these stars who had to hide their pregnancy while they were on TV or in a film? Which of them did you suspect was pregnant during their filming, but didn't get confirmation until now? Do you know of any other celebrities that had to do this? Let me know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next time on the channel.
A simple reminder on how to enter our brand new giveaway. We will be giving away either an iPhone X Max, the new iPad mini, or a MacBook Pro. It's really your choice. So be sure to leave a like, comment the keyword, subscribe, and turn on notifications to enter the giveaway. It's really that simple. Go for it.